Is the first meal of the day really the most important meal of the day? Maybe, if it involves pancakes. What's up, internet? I'm Wil Fulton, and this is Gutbusted, a weekly show where we try to debunk some of the most prevailing myths about food, you know, weekly. You've probably heard the saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You need a good meal to start your day off right. Hey Wil, don't eat ice cream for breakfast, you big idiot. Okay, that last one might just be me.
Are you sure that's the best thing for you right now?
Oh, it's the best thing on the menu.
But I am wondering, does the first meal of the day really carry any extra importance? This is an excellent question for one of my colleagues at Seeker, Natalia Reagan.
Is breakfast the most important meal of the day? Woo, Wil, this is a surprisingly complicated question actually, and I'm gonna need you to sit down and I'm gonna need some more coffee before I answer it. Okay, for example, kids who eat nutritious breakfast tend to have better cognitive performances in school, especially on task-oriented behaviors. And in one US study that analyzed the health data of 50,000 people over 7 years, researchers found that people who made breakfast their biggest meal of the day had lower BMI than those people who made lunch or dinner their biggest meal. The researchers in this case argued that a bigger breakfast can reduce overall daily caloric intake and improve overall quality of your diet, meaning it might stop you from overeating later on in the day, like I do pretty much every day. And studies have shown that skipping breakfast has been associated with a 27% increase in heart disease, a 21% increase in diabetes in men, and a 20% increase in diabetes for women. So there's that. And in a UK study of 1,600 children, it was shown that those who ate breakfast, including fortified cereals, had higher rates of fiber and nutrients like folate, vitamin C, iron, and calcium in their system. So in some ways, sure, it can help you start your day off right. Breakfast of champions, they say.
Okay, so it does kind of sound like breakfast might be important?
Well, here's the thing. Everyone is different, and the whole you need 3 square meals a day isn't necessarily correct. We don't need to base our diets on such a rigid schedule. A lot of dietitians just think most people can eat when they are hungry, and don't need to force down a breakfast meal if you don't want to. So if you don't want to, don't do it. It also greatly depends on what you're eating for breakfast, of course. And that really makes all the difference. Bad news for Americans who might crush 12 bowls of Lucky Charms and wash it down with a shot glass of bacon fat. Amen to that. Although studies have shown that if you're gonna eat high sugar foods, the best time to do it is in the AM. Instead of thinking about whether breakfast as a meal is important, maybe we should be thinking about what we're eating for breakfast. Put down the donut, maybe. Have some egg whites, not a shot glass of bacon. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Well, that's a good point. And do you know why bacon and eggs is traditionally thought of as a real American breakfast?
Oh.
In the 1920s, the Beechnut Packing Company wanted to increase bacon sales in America. With the help of an ad agency, they got over 5,000 doctors to publicly declare in hundreds of nationwide magazines and newspapers that Americans needed a heavier breakfast, you know, for health. Namely, bacon and eggs.
Just give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
While admittedly fun to eat at any time of the day, the prevalence of bacon and eggs as a breakfast food in America is very much a result of a marketing stunt. So, compare this with traditional breakfast foods around the world, like Fisher tofu and fermented soybeans in Japan, or a toasted baguette with jam and some fruit in France, and you can see why our idea of breakfast might not be the most in line with our ideal health. As far as the importance of the meal in general, it is what you make it. So if you want bacon, just make sure you're willing to accept the consequences. The delicious, fragrant, greasy consequences. For more daily hit videos, including more episodes of Gutbusted, subscribe to our channel, and for more about breakfast, click the link in our description. Now, if you want to find out if champagne gives you a hangover, check out the link right to my left.